So free agency is basically dead. So I'm going to be ranking the top 10 players going into the 26-27 NBA season. I don't really have much of a criteria, but I am going to go off based off how good they were in the playoffs last year and also how good they were in the regular season also. All right, at number 10, I got Steph Curry. I was really thinking about putting KD here, but I just think at this point, Steph is still a better player and a more impactful and a more... I think you'd rather have Steph than Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant's amazing still. I think he's actually underrated by a lot of people, especially his defense, but I'm going to go Steph at 10. Obviously, Steph's off-ball gravity, his ability to shoot anywhere from the three-point line, his ability to be able to shoot off the catch too. He's also a pretty solid rebounder for his size. So, I mean, and he's also obviously a great playmaker too. I don't think Steph gets enough credit for his playmaking. We all saw how good he was in that playing game against the Clippers in the second half, especially the second half whenever they, for some reason, Tyronn Lue made that dumb switch to not put D. Jones on him anymore. He's still an all-time great player. Like, he's averaging 27 on really good efficiency. Steph's just, like, outside of the defense, Steph's just so good. Like, it was hard for me to even keep him out of the top 10. All right, at number 9, I got Kawhi Leonard. It's going to be hard for him to even be top 10, I think, going into next season, just because of the fact that I just don't think he's going to put up the same production as he did pending Toronto trade. Now, if he obviously somehow stays with the Clippers, he's probably going to get suspended or some shit. But Kawhi was amazing last year. Like, I think people really undersell how good Kawhi Leonard was last season. I mean, he was averaging 28 and 6 a game on 50, 40, 90 splits. I mean, that's Kevin Durant. That's prime Kevin Durant type numbers right there, and Kawhi was doing that at 34 years old. The defense is still there too. Kawhi Leonard might not be a top 10 defender in the league, but he is still a solid defender. I mean, he was top 3 in like DPM, all these advanced stats that you want him to be, Darko, all that kind of stuff. I mean, Kawhi Leonard was just an amazing basketball player last year. I think he was also second in the league behind Wemby with on and on splits, where like their team is like so bad when he's off the floor, and they're so good when he's on the floor. So Kawhi Leonard just had such an impactful season last year that I had to put him at number 9. All right, at number 8, I got Cade Cunningham. So at first I had him over Jalen Brunson, but I thought that'd be very disrespectful for the Finals MVP. So, but Cade and the Pistons exceeded expectations last year. They were the first seed. They came back down from 3-1 against Orlando. They should have never been down 3-1 to Orlando, but Cade Cunningham basically carried the load on offense in the playoffs. They were pretty solid without him, though, in the regular season, but the playoffs is what really, like, sold me on Cade. I mean, the turnovers were definitely a problem. Turnovers, he got to really cut down on, and the efficiency wasn't that bad. I thought he was pretty efficient outside of Game 7 against the Cavs, but he was really good in the playoffs, averaging, like, I think 29 to 30 a game. He averaged, like, 35 against the Magic, and that's a really good defensive team, so Cade, his playmaking's generational. I mean, like, rebounding, very good for his position, a good defender. I mean, as long as he cuts down the turnovers, he could definitely be even higher next year on this list. So, yeah, man, Cade was amazing, and if he had even like Jalen Duren step up, they would have been in the conference finals, honestly. So, yeah, shout out to Cade. All right, number 7, I got Jalen Brunson. So, most years I have like the Finals MVP, basically like like a top 3 player in the game. It's like the first time I haven't had one of them. It was just hard for me to rate Jalen Brunson higher than these other guys. I know he was Finals MVP. He was great in the playoffs. I mean, Jalen Brunson was incredible. And shout out to him. I like Jalen Brunson a lot. Still, there's some flaws in his game, like really bad on defense. Like he gets, picked on a lot on defense. But thankfully for him, he's got some really good defenders around him. But really good scorer, good in the post. He's like for his size, for him only being like a 6'2" point guard, he's a really good post player as a post scoring guard. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like he's a good 3-point shooter. I mean, he has some really good like handles. I mean, he beats down his defender a lot. I mean, Jalen Brunson's incredible. He was like I think 26 and like 5 last year. He was all NBA like second team or something like that, third team. He was really good, and then obviously the playoffs, he just took it to another level. And then the finals, his first 2 games were awful, but then after that, like those other 3 games, he was truly amazing, and that's what really won him the Finals MVP. So yeah, shout out to Jalen Brunson, but I have him at 7. All right, at number 6, I got Anthony Edwards. So I really wanted to put him top 5. I just don't think for me I really could not have put him top 5 honestly though over these other 5 guys, but his defense took a real step back for me last year. I thought really his defense was just very disappointing. I remember watching multiple games of him and games against the Clippers, and he would just get backdoor cut after backdoor cut and then just would lose his man consistently. Just wasn't enough I saw from past couple years of Anthony Edwards on defense. Like, he was a pretty solid defender, and then this year he just was not good. But scoring-wise, I mean, like, he took it to another level. He was hitting mid-range shots, too. He was hitting three-point shots. Like, he was shooting 40% from three again. I mean, he's just an insane athlete, too. Gets downhill so easily, too. I mean, he also averaged 28 on ridiculous efficiency. He would have been an all-NBA team if he had enough games played. So, Anthony Edwards had another incredible season and even played solid in the playoffs for being literally playing on one leg, so. All right, at number 5, I got Giannis. I really wanted to put him at 4 or 3, but, I mean, I'm going off last season. Giannis just was not healthy enough. I mean, and he had his worst offensive season in, like, 5 years. I mean, he was still, obviously, he was good. Like, don't get it twisted. He was still 28 and 10 on 50% shooting, and, you know, defense was still there, you know, whatever. But just didn't play enough games for me. He played less than 40, so, like, that was honestly kind of crazy to see. And I wish he was just on another team last year. I really thought that, you know, his tenure with the Bucks should have been traded last offseason. Like, let's be so honest. But, you know, Giannis is still a top 5 player in the league no matter what you think about him. Injury concerns, I'm not really worried. I think it was just last season, really. I mean, I know he missed the playoffs in 2024, but I think with the Heat and Bam and the defense around him, and they do need one more guy on that team. But I am really I'm really excited to see what Giannis does in Miami next season. He might be number 5 right now, but I could definitely see him easily being top 3 next season. That's just how good of a talent Giannis is. All right, number 4, I have Luka. I, honest to God, wanted to put him over Jokic because one thing I hate, and I'm not even a fan of either of these guys, but Jokic gets this narrative, or Luka gets this narrative of not playing defense, even though I thought he wasn't even that bad last season. Like, he wasn't obviously amazing or anything like that, but Luka gets this narrative of not playing defense, and that's why he can't get MVP. But then you got Jokic, who wins multiple MVPs because he doesn't play defense and doesn't rim protect. So, I mean, I just think that's kind of crazy. But Luka, I mean, before he got hurt, 34 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, all worldly on offense. Like, he was absolutely insane on offense this year. He had that one, I think in like March, I think he was just put up like 35 a game, excuse me. It was crazy. Like, Luka was incredible last season. If he would have made the playoffs, honest to God, if he would have played in the playoffs, he would have probably been over Jokic. But just because he didn't play, I mean, like, I have to kind of, like, not even, like, subtract it, just, like, I didn't get to see Luka in the playoffs, so that just kind of sucks to see. But all right, number 3, I got the fat Serbian slob, Nikola Jokic. He was just not good in these playoffs last year. I mean, he got locked up by Rudy Gobert, which is nothing to scoff at. You know, Rudy Gobert's an all-time great defender. And he just, like, him and Jamal Murray just both sucked in the playoffs last year. In the regular season, Jokic was incredible. He was still all-NBA first team. He missed, like, a month of games, but, again, he basically played the rest of the season, so he still made the threshold of 65 games. But he was bad in these playoffs. And it definitely, I had him, I think, like, number 2 last season, definitely took it down a notch. Would have, obviously, like I said, put him at 4 if Luka even just played in the playoffs. But, yeah, Jokic was just not good. I'm expecting him, though, to still, like, he was still great. Like, he was still, like, 29-point triple-double. That's how good Jokic was. I just wish he actually played some fucking defense, so. All right, number 2, I got Victor Wembanyama. I think a lot of people have him at 1, or obviously either 2 or 1 right now. Like, Victor came off, I mean, like, for a third-year player, like, your defensive player of the year winner, all-NBA first team. I mean, the offense needs to be worked on a little bit. You know, needs some more post-game moves. I don't think he will develop that just because of how, like, you know, how uncoordinated sometimes Wemby is, but, I mean, still, offensively was incredible. Defensively, he was generational. I mean, like, just the rim protection, the sheer scaredness of NBA players going to the rim just because Wemby's there in the regular season was just kind of funny to see. In the playoffs, he was good. I mean, the finals definitely, like, he wasn't good enough, though. Like, he had that game 3, he was really good. And obviously still very good defensively in the playoffs, but I just think I got to respect number 1. I got to respect the guy at number 1, that's Shea. I don't want to do the if game, but, I mean, if Shea, just say hypothetically, like, J-Dub is healthy, I think the Thunder still win that series. I think J-Dub not being healthy most of that series definitely took like, I'm not saying this. I think the Spurs and Thunder are going to have amazing playoff series in these next couple years, obviously, but Shea's just still the best player in the league. That's just in my opinion. I think he outplayed Wemby in that Spurs series also. Defensively, obviously, was not as good, but, I mean, Shea's just, what is this, 3 to 4 seasons now of 30 points per game on ridiculous efficiency. I mean, he's still a solid defender. He can rebound. His playmaking's not incredibly, he's not like an incredible playmaker, but he always makes the right plays, and that's the thing I like about Shea. I mean, just he's an all-world talent. Like, I love the guy. Shea is just incredible, and he was deserving of MVP last year, and then obviously this year, you know, what more can I say about Shea that has already been said? I think I really do think the Thunder are going to go back to the finals next year just because of, you know, if Shea just stays healthy. Like, and we've had nothing to really worry about with Shea's injury concerns. That's what's even more amazing about Shea. He had that, I think, like, he missed a couple weeks before All-Star week. I mean, outside of that, he's been healthy basically his whole career. I mean, especially entering his prime. So Shea's my number one.